Hello, hi, and welcome back to the Strategic Magic Podcast. I'm your host, Blue, and I'm a business astrologer here to help you use astrology so that you can start, grow, and scale your online business. And if you are still not using it in your business strategy, what even are you doing? Today's video is all about how to bring astrology into your offer development so that you can use it to create your signature offer or refine your existing offer suite. I've previously talked about the importance of your business foundations and walked you through the process of how to use astrology to define or refine your business model. So from a business standpoint, offers are the lifeblood to your business. They are the solutions to the problems that your business is solving. And more than that, they're the vehicles to help deliver that solution to your clients. So they're a really big deal for your business. Now, in order for you to actually have a business, you do need to have offers because that's how you're going to get paid by your clients. So really taking the time and energy and effort to make sure that your offers not only are as strong as they can be, but that they are developing appropriately is going to be one of the most important things that you do for the health and wellness of your business. In fact, most of the clients that I end up working with, a lot of the misalignment that they have in their business can come back to this exact area of their business. This lack of alignment that they have is not just from their business model, it's also because they are putting their time, energy, and effort into business offers that actually don't make the best use of their strengths, their gifts, what it is that they're actually good at, and the solutions that their business provides to their clients. So when you take the time to develop your offers appropriately and to bring astrology into that process, you're actually saving yourself so much time, energy, and effort. And in fact, you're actually saving yourself from a full burn everything to the ground moment. So I'm going to walk you through how you can do a self-audit of your existing offer suite so that you can really assess if you're on the right path, and if not, what changes you can make so that your offers can be in better alignment with what it is that you do best, so that you can truly create a sustainable business. So when it comes to creating a offer suite that aligns to having a sustainable business, it is so important that you have a signature offer. I am a huge proponent of this, mostly because signature offers help to simplify the process and to make business so much easier. This approach is really coming from the foundations of business minimalism. Just because you can do it all doesn't mean that you should. It's going to come down to making sure that your offers are really effective, not necessarily in making sure that you have a full, robust, bursting at the seams offer suite. So it is so important to focus on the fact that just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should. And in fact, what is actually going to be the best use of your gifts, your strengths, and what it is that you are here to support your clients with. By no means, though, am I saying that by having a signature offer that you need to only have one offer in your business. But think of it from the approach of meshing down. It's important to have one offer that you are known for, and most specifically, that is going to align with the direct solution to the problem that your business is solving for your clients. Doing this and doing this right is going to take some time, because remember, a successful, sustainable business also creates a signature offer through the process of refinement. So more often than not, you have figured out what your existing offers are based on experimentation through the messy process of taking action, of really figuring out what works. That's the energy that is going to be most effective when you're just getting started. But like an artist, the process of offer development really comes in when you're able to chisel down the excess pieces of your offer in order to improve it over time. So there's really no rush in niching down or narrowing down to try to figure out what it is that you should specialize in. When you're at this stage, your offer has existed for a while. You have the data and the experience of working directly with clients for the solution. Now you have what is actually necessary for you to effectively do offer development. You have the information needed in order to align your business model to the feedback and the support that your clients are actually looking for. So why does offer development even matter? Again, it's a very specific process that I'm talking about in terms of offer development. And by embracing this way of creating and refining your offers rather than rushing to define your product suite right off the bat, it gives your business the space that it needs to unveil itself to you and to grow at an appropriate rate. So even from approaching this from an astrological lens, it just takes time for you to figure out what your unique approach is. Most people are going to look at the wealth houses at face value. They're going to zero in on the second house and say, okay, this sign is ruling my second house. Therefore, I need to create an offer that is focused on the themes of that sign. And that's a good way to get started, but it's also not a magic pill to creating revenue in your business. Offer refinement and offer development is the process of infusing your signature offer with the energy of what sign is ruling your second house, but also taking into account the reality of your experiences, your expertise, the data that you have gathered by working with your clients over time, and most specifically, what the actual transformation is that you're leading and guiding your clients through, and then defining what your process or framework actually is in order to get them the solution that your offer solves. So again, this is a process that takes a lot of time, and by no means am I saying that it needs to be a 10-year journey or something that you achieve in your very first week of business. But what I am saying is that when you approach offer development in this holistic way, it makes it a lot easier for you to recognize what stage of growth your business is in and to move appropriately. So with that in mind, let's talk about the astrology of offer development in order to help you move this process along. So like I mentioned before, when talking about the business foundations, as well as with defining or refining your business model, both of these things can help to give a lot of guidance in terms of getting started with this process, particularly when it comes to defining your business model, because this helps you to begin to narrow down and make decisions on the kind of business that is going to be in most alignment with your astrological energy. So off the bat, that will help to eliminate a lot of possibilities that are swirling around your brain simply because they just don't align with the vision that you have for your business. But within offer development, we're going to take that a bit further and narrow down even more the realm of possibility. Again, you want to look at developing your signature offer through the lens of what it is that you do best, rather than trying to take on all the possibilities of what you could do within your business. When it comes to this, there are two places in the chart that I like to work with the energy of, especially with my clients inside of Private Astrologer, when they come to me specifically for support around offer development. So the first place that we look to is the second house. Now, I've already talked about how cool the second house is, and you can definitely check that out. But it's a fantastic place to zero in to really get clear on what it is that you do best, what your monetizable skills are, and what should be within the lifeblood of your offer. When you're just beginning the process of building your business and uncovering what your offers or services are, the second house is going to be the place to work with. However, when you're in the process of developing and refining your offer, then you can dive a little bit deeper into what the second house truly means to support you in this process. And that's because the second house is the house of values. So this connects very strongly to the core value that your signature offer represents. What is the thing that is important to you, to your clients, that connects to the solution that your business is solving directly? And how can your offer now be seen as a vehicle to achieving or completing or accomplishing that solution? In general, the energy of the second house can really point to illuminating what the main problem that your business solves is. So again, this is really looking at it from a very practical standpoint. Very specifically, what is the thing that you are helping people with in your business, and how can your signature offer be a vehicle to achieving that solution? That's as simple as it's going to get. Now, the planet that I really like to work with in terms of offer development and refinement is actually Saturn. So Saturn has a bit of a tricky reputation because it is a malefic planet. So its nature is to be a little bit more challenging, especially for folks who are not Saturn ruled, do not have prominent Capricorn or Aquarius placements in their chart. But when you're able to master what Saturn represents and actually learn how to work with the Saturnian energy in your chart, it can be such a powerful ally to have with your business astrology. So Saturn rules over delays, karma, consequences, but it also rules over mastery. So when you have an established business, Saturn is a really fantastic planet to work with because Saturn is going to task you with doing what is actually required for you to master what it is that you're calling in. So if you've already established what your business model is, right, you already know that you're a coach, a consultant, a service provider, then working with the energy of Saturn can help you to even deeper pinpoint how you spend your time in your craft doing your work, which will lead to mastery. So when we're talking about doing the work, right, this isn't about making everything so scalable and so hands-off in your business that you are no longer connected to the core root of your work. But instead, working with the energy of Saturn is really asking, how can you spend more time coaching? How can you spend more time consulting your clients? How can you spend more time completing the service that they're actually hiring you to do? Because it's in doing that work that you're able to have the most amount of clarity happen. There's also so much pressure to spend time overthinking, strategizing, just being in our minds. And when you're taking the time to do the work, that a lot of that clarity is going to unfold and unveil itself. Even within this state of having so much pressure to make everything super scalable, asynchronous, learning how to create a better offer really comes down to how can you spend more time working with your client and providing them with the tools and the resources that they need in order to achieve the solution that they're looking for to solve their problem. This is also where the importance of data collection really comes in. Again, it's through the relationships that you're building with your clients that you're able to gather information on what's actually keeping them stuck. Is it that they need more support on one piece of the solution? Is it that they understand the foundations, but maybe they need it explained in a whole new way? Being able to be in community with them, to work directly with them in coaching, consulting, or providing that service will illuminate where those roadblocks are coming from so that you're able to, as a business owner, provide those solutions within your offer. Working with the energy of Saturn helps you to pinpoint and improve on what is necessary without sacrificing the quality of this offer. So again, we're talking about the refinement process of something that is already established. Another thing to consider is, where is there a lot of friction within your offer? What is actually keeping your clients stuck from achieving the solution that they're looking for? Do they actually need additional guidance from you? Do they need perhaps a shift in the approach that you're taking? A shift in the delivery or the communication of your solution. So for example, just to make this a little bit more tangible, let's say that you have a one-on-one offer and you have a bunch of self-paced courses that your clients have access to within one-on-one coaching with you. Offer refinement and development is going to look at this from a lens of, are those one-on-one courses really needed? Do you actually need to provide these self-paced courses for your clients in order for them to learn on their own what your process and framework actually is? Or is it actually more beneficial for them to be in more live calls with you so that you're able to support them live and personally through that process of applying your framework to their unique solution? There isn't a right or wrong answer, but it's really just evaluating what is necessary for the quality and the development of your specific offer. So that's how you can really use the Saturnian energy to refine your existing offer and put you down that path of elevating and evolving this offer into becoming your signature offer. And then by using that energy to refine your offer even more by looking at the existing gaps within your offer delivery. So this is another common space that I see a lot of misalignment within service providers' businesses. So are there spaces where you may need to provide actually more support than what you have currently in order to make your signature offer the solution to the problem that people are looking for, right? Is it really clunky perhaps to have your clients submit the forms that they need? Is the process of submission for perhaps forms that you need to complete the service really clunky and hard to use for your client? Is there a lag in communications when they have questions in between calls? Are there places within your process, your framework that can be refined, tightened up, and just overall improved to increase the quality of the experience within your offer? That is also how you can use Saturnian energy as well as the energy of your second house to improve the quality of your offer. So it really is to your benefit to examine what is actually necessary at this appropriate level of growth for your offer and what is actually required for your offer to evolve to this next stage of growth. So working with these energies as well as the energy of the planets that rule both Saturn and your second house will give you a lot of information in terms of how you can specifically do this to improve the quality of your signature offer. And so with all that, you have all the information that you need to do a self-audit of your existing offers. What are the offers that you currently have in place? And how can you use this process of offer development to refine, to chisel away at the excess, and to build a solidified, sustainable signature offer that your business can truly thrive on? Again, this is exactly what we do inside of my one-on-one program, Private Astrologer. So the link to book your sales call with me is available in the description below. So make sure you check that out, as well as the links to everything else I've mentioned in this video. So go ahead, check that out, and I can't wait to chat with you. Bye.